Hello everybody. So today we're going to talk about something that is kind of goes into those different avenues of astrology. Okay, so we're going to discuss what is Atmakaraka and Karkamasa in Vedic astrology. Okay, and it is important if you give it importance. Okay, but it's just something that you should just know. And if you're new to my channel, this is probably something, hey, there's always something new to learn, so you might learn something today. Okay, so in Vedic astrology, okay, there is your birth chart, and then in your birth chart there's 12 houses that control each part of your life, like children, marriage, career, education, health. And then if you want to go look detailed to pinpoint certain things in those areas, you look at divisional charts. Okay, because you cut open that house. Let's say you cut open the house of marriage, okay, and then you open it and you look at the D9 chart, which is Nirmansha chart, okay, to see what's happening with the planets there. So remember this part. So Atmakaraka, Atma, A-T-A-M-A, means soul, and Karka means the signifactor. So signifactor of soul. Now, I know you guys must be thinking, hey, sun is a signifactor of soul in Vedic astrology because sun represents your soul. Yes, it represents the personality of the soul, the outer shell of a soul. But how does even a soul thinks? What is soul thinking? That is seen from the Atmakaraka, and it's very easy to figure out the Atmakaraka in your chart. Okay, and that is the planet with the highest degree is the Atmakaraka. Now, even in this, people or certain astrologers in the last couple of centuries have said you can count the north node Rahu and Ketu as Atmakaraka. Okay, and even though they're going retrograde, you just subtract it from the 30 degrees and see how close they are to that being the highest degree. But in the original text, you do not count the north node Rahu, south node Ketu, Neptune, Uranus, or Pluto for Western lovers out there. You don't count that. You only count the basic planets, which is the Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Okay? So in your horoscope, each planet is sitting at a certain degree because they're trying to complete that zodiac sign. So in your horoscope, you might have Sun at 18 degrees, Saturn at 25 degrees, Moon at 3 degrees in certain zodiac sign. Okay, so the highest zodiac sign in your birth chart, the highest degree in your zodiac sign is the Atmakaraka. So in your horoscope, let's say, for example, if Sun is sitting at 25 degrees Aries and every other planet is below 25 degrees, then what happens is Sun becomes your Atmakaraka. So not only is a signifactor of the soul originally, but also it's revealing the interior thinking pattern of your soul. So what does this mean? What importance does Atmakaraka hold? So even if you find out, let's say your sun is the Atmakaraka in your horoscope, okay? So that means the sign that sun is sitting in, okay? That's the personality of your soul. That's the outer shell of your soul. Okay, but how does that soul thinks from within comes from the actual Atmakaraka. So that means the soul, that particular soul, if you have sun in the highest degrees, and sun becomes a signifactor of the soul and Atmakaraka, that means your soul is not only whatever it's thinking from the outside or looking like from the outside, it looks from the inside too. So, so the way you judge an Atmakaraka, okay, and the reason why you use Atmakaraka is to look at the lesson of the soul, okay? That's pretty much it. So what you're here to learn, that will you be able to fulfill what you're here to learn in this life? That's Atmakaraka. So what does sun represent? How do you judge that? Sun represents power. It represents fame. It represents authority, okay? And it represents most of all ego. And so the lesson of your soul in this life is to lose the ego, to not misuse power, okay, and not to be arrogant. That is the lesson of your soul. So let's say if Venus is your Atmakaraka, Venus is about sexuality, Venus is about love, relationship, luxurious things. So what does Venus of your soul lesson is telling you? Okay, your soul lesson is that you need to not love somebody for your own selfish reasons. You need to live within your means and not just acquire luxuries that you can't afford. Okay, and you need to love everybody equally. You can't love somebody because of their caste, race, or religion. You have to love everybody equally. Otherwise, you might be coming back here again to learn that lesson. So that's Atmakaraka. But what is Karkamasa? Let's discuss that. Okay, so remember in Vedic astrology, there are divisional charts. So if you want to look at something, through a microscope, you look at a divisional charts. So now, even though we know sun is the signifier of the soul, but yet we look inside the soul, how soul thinks, we go to Atmakaraka. However, we want to open that too. We want to really see that the way soul is thinking, the way, or actually, let me recorrect myself, the destiny that the soul is here to fulfill, will the soul be able to fulfill that? For that, you look in Nimansha chart, the D9 chart. In there, you look at the ascendant lord, the ascendant sign of that Nimansha chart. Then you look at the Atmakaraka in your birth chart, okay, the planet with the highest degrees. You look at Nimansha chart to see where is it placed. Now, if it's placed in the ascendant of your Nimansha chart, that means it becomes Lagnamasya. Lagnamasya is a term given to the Atmakaraka Lord sitting in the Nimansha, okay? So that means, that shows that this person will be able to fulfill their destiny for their soul. That means they will lose their egos. They will, not try to govern everybody. They will not try to seek power and misuse power, okay? And the Lord of Nimansha is known as Swamasya, okay? So Lord of Nimansha chart, that ascendant Lord, is known as Swamasya. And when Swamasya, the ascendant Lord of the Nimansha chart, comes in contact with the ascendant Lord, okay, of your birth chart, that also becomes Mahakarkamasya, Mahalagnamasya, meaning that you will definitely fulfill the soul and your soul will finally, be able to rest in peace. Okay, so this is like, it looks confusing, but you can keep watching my video, this particular video, and you will know. But if you want to know more about this, check out the link below. In my book, I explain this thing. On my website, I'm explaining these things, okay? So you learn more on that. But if you're new to my channel, subscribe above because, hey, you just learned something new today. So why not learn more on my channel? All right? Thank you, guys. So this was my basic scenario on Atmakaraka and Karkamasa. Thank you.